So, I know I haven't made a video in a while. It's like been a minute. Before now, I really wasn't putting in enough spiritual work, reading my Bible, praying, worshiping, etc. But 2 weeks ago, I I went on a church camp called Beach Retreat that my church does. And let me tell you, that really changed my life. Like, it completely flipped my life upside down. And while I was there, I gave my life to Christ, because you may not know this, but before then I had never been baptized before. So that was best day of my life. I couldn't have made a better choice in my entire life. But I want to talk about a few things today, and maybe at the end of this video I'll do a little life recap, but I was doing a Bible study this morning, like literally 20 minutes ago, and maybe 20 minutes ago, probably less, but I was reading through Matthew chapter 8 and 9. Yeah, that's 16, 17. Okay. So Matthew chapter 8 and 9. And in those really in Matthew in general, I guess, it talks a lot about having faith, okay? But one thing I noticed is that in these chapters, almost every time Jesus heals someone, it's someone else coming to him and saying, "Jesus, can you heal them?" Or not asking Jesus, "Can you heal them?" They're stating with faith that Jesus can heal them. And that's something I want to talk about, because that's other people's faith that are saving other people's lives. I think the only time in these two chapters that it's talked about when Jesus heals one person after being asked to, or they don't even ask to, it's when the lady touches his robe, or touches his cloak, and she stops bleeding. And he says, "Your faith healed you." In Matthew 9:22, it says, Jesus turned and saw her. "Take heart, daughter," he said. "Your faith has healed you." And the woman was healed from that moment. All she had to do was touch his cloak. And boom, like that, healed. She stopped bleeding. And that takes me back to, I'm not gonna find the verse right now, but I forgot if it's in the Old Testament. No, I think it's in the New Testament, I don't know. But somewhere it says in the Bible, it's in Matthew actually, it's in Matthew. And it says, the faith of a mustard seed can move mountains. think of that. Faith this small can move mountains. If faith this small can move mountains, just imagine how much faith this small can do in your life. If you just believe in Jesus Christ. It's simple. All you have to do is believe and trust in God's plan for your life. The closer you get to God, the more you realize how bad of a person you were. And during Beach Retreat, I really got humbled. Like, severely. I thought the friends I was hanging out with at school were fine. But they're not. They're worse than I thought they were, because I have a friend, I'm not gonna say his name, we'll call him Carl, okay? Carl, he's my friend at school, and he had because my parents are divorced. I live in a different part of town, and I come to my mom's every other weekend. But my friend Carl at my school, I live with my dad, by the way. My friend Carl from school, he went to Beach Tree, and I didn't know this until he was taking me back until he was giving me a ride back from strength and conditioning one time. But he was giving me a ride back, and we were talking about like our plans for the summer, and he told me, and I said that we were going to Beach Retreat, and he said, "Oh, wait, I went there, or I usually go there. This is the first year I'm not going." And I was like, "Oh, bro, come on." Well, yeah, because I only have one friend that goes there. And then while I was on the bus to Beach Retreat, I met his friend. His name is, we'll call him Crawfish, because I don't really want to exploit their names. But Crawfish, I met him on the bus, and like the whole time we're just talking. There might have been like a 2-hour period where we were just chilling out. But other than that, like the whole bus ride there, we were talking. And when we started talking, I got baptized with him. I met him Sunday. The Sunday we left, and I got baptized with him. And dude, it can change your life when you're in a fellowship like that. Like, it seriously can. Because when I was going to Beach Retreat, I was scared because I don't really have a lot of friends that go to that church. I know people there, but I don't really mess with them because I got a past with them that I'm not gonna share. But I met these friends on that Sunday, and I got baptized with them. And that's one of the most important things. There's two important things. Two of the most important things are fellowship and faith. Because when you have fellowship, they can keep you accountable. If you're slacking in your faith, or if you're slacking in life, if you're slacking in discipline, anything, they will keep you accountable. I keep my friends accountable. I have a friend who keeps talking about sex before marriage, and I'm like, dude, don't do that. I don't condone that. I'm gonna wait for marriage. I don't get girls, really, but I'm gonna wait for marriage because I'm getting a little off track, but it's other people's faith that can save people's lives. And that's something a lot of people don't realize, is you need to evangelize. You need to evangelize. Because if you don't evangelize, imagine you're going up to heaven, okay? And you hear someone just yelling, "Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me that this was the way? If only you had told me." I could have been up there with you, but no. You were too scared to share the good news. And now, because of you, I have to rot in separation from God for eternity. The guilt you'll have. You may not remember them once you get to heaven, but just the guilt you'll have in that moment isn't worth it. You have to share the gospel. You have to share the good news, because if you don't, churches will be filled. Now, this world may never be perfect, but we can get it close if we just share the good news. Because if you share the good news of God, of Jesus Christ dying on the cross for your sins, imagine the people's lives you could change. Imagine when you're going up to the gates of heaven. Imagine you're in heaven and someone walks up to you and they tell you, "You're the reason why I'm here." Dude, my heart would melt. I'd probably cry tears of joy, because I brought someone to the salvation of Jesus Christ. That's the best gift I could get. Forget about Christmas, forget about birthday presents, forget about a new car. I want someone to tell me when I'm in heaven that I'm the reason that they're there. That I was the reason that they found God. Pick up your cross and share the good news.